Okay, finally. Finally, I can get that camera working right. Oops, my drink's way over there. Let me go over here and step over here and get that. Oh, man. Set back down so I can get started. See if I can get started here a little bit. Sorry I'm late, guys, but I had camera problems this morning. Hey, Kevin, y'all had to excuse me for being a little late this morning. I came up here to my shop to get a better signal, and then I had problems with my camera, so I ended up spending way too much time trying to set up the camera. The camera's finally on good. I hope the picture's good, and I hope the sound's good. Give me a thumbs up if it is. I appreciate it, and let me know. Where are you at today, Kevin? Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out here at the shop today trying to get some things done, get squared up, and I got started a little bit late because of the fact that my camera wasn't. I've got the new software and everything to use my iPhone camera, which is a better camera than my laptop camera. And I came up here and had everything set up at the house, and came up here and flipped it on, and boom, it wouldn't work right. So had to play around with the settings and a few things like that, and finally got it going good. I hope it sounds good and looks good, guys. Let me know if it does or doesn't. Jamie, how are you doing? Are you back up north, or are you still down in Florida? Take my good swig of Sprite there, Diet Sprite. Hey, Joy, how are you? Yeah, I finally made it. I was a little bit late starting this morning. I got, oh, you're in Springfield, Ohio. Oh, you're getting your new Mac, are you? Or 2005 Mac? Well, 2005 is better than a 2000. Don't get anything 2008 and above if you didn't have to. 2005, you still had that E engine, that E, what do they call it? I forget. Anyway, I had some like that. They were pretty good. Got some new things going on, have you? What you got going on, Joey? I've got the same old down here. I'm just working around here on the stuff. E7, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. What have you got in it? 460? Probably the 460 like I used to have. Oh, is it a Vision? I had some 460 Visions. They were pretty good trucks. I got a lot of wear and tear out of those. So yeah, yeah, they were good. That E7's a good engine. And so yeah, it's a good reliable engine. I hope you got a good deal on it. I have no idea what a 2005 Mac goes for nowadays. I mean, I've been out of it so long, everything's gone sky high. So I don't know what the cost of a 570,000 on it is. It okay? Well, that's still not that much on the E7 engine. E7 engine's fairly inexpensive to overhaul too. If you ever have to overhaul it and put bearings in it, and whatever you have to do. If it's only got 570, you're pretty good. You're still driving the buses, but you're managing a senior trailer park of 150 trailers. Okay. Doing all the maintenance on that. Well, yeah, you'll probably have to get out and snowplow up there, won't you? Well, you can always call your buddy up there in New York to snowplow for you. Get the Andrew Camarada land management people to help you there. 13.5. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. That doesn't sound too bad at all. I'd say out of all used trucks, that you probably got you a pretty good one there, Kevin. I mean, does it have the E7 460 or 427? What size motor to have in it? I know I had a bunch of them with the 460s in them, and 460s with a 13 speed. They were nice trucks. Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah, get Mike up there, Dirt Boss. Yeah, and Mike will. He's probably closer to you than Andrew, isn't he? Andrew's probably too busy to do stuff. He stays busy with all kind of different videos and things like that. Well, I hope everything's coming in good and clear. Like I said, I kind of had to work on it this morning, and it looks like to me that the signal's good. My signal's always better up here at the shop. I've got a better Wi-Fi up here than I do at home. Yeah, it's probably either that 427 or 460. Are they Visions? I would imagine they're Visions. If it's a sleeper truck, it's probably a Vision. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Mike's a good guy. I haven't talked to him in several months, but he's a good guy. You're in Massachusetts. Your niece's wedding. Wow. Last Saturday. Okay. Oh, you're doing a construction project in Gloucester. Oh, you're going back Thursday morning to Pensacola. Okay. Hey, there's Mr. Heavy Machiner. Hey, how are you, Patrick? Hey, Tanker Monkey. Wow. I don't want to think about snow. Yeah, CXU 613 Vision. Yeah. Yeah, that's similar. I had some very similar to that. And that's a good truck, Kevin. I think that'll bode well for you. I mean, as far as used trucks go, you probably got something more reliable than just about anything you can get on the market right there. And plus it's pre-emissions too. You don't have the DEF and everything else like the rest of them. Hey, Fleet Tech, how are you? Are you back down in Atlanta? Or are you still up in Tennessee? You were visiting Tennessee the other day when I talked to you. The Big E. What's the Big E, Joey? I know everything's up in the air up there in the Northeast. The Northeast is, I'm curious to see how the Northeast goes this political year. I mean, they got all kinds of, I mean, I never know with these polls and everything else, or what's going on with some of this stuff. It just, they'll say one thing, then another, or whatever. I don't know. We got to get the world straightened out. That's for sure. Yeah. Patrick, have you been busy? I don't believe you were in here last week, Patrick. Oh man, get my old hair and head straightened out here. But I'm up here in the shop today, guys. I'm okay. Whatever that is, Joey. I guess that's a link to something. A lot of crazy things going on over there too, are there? I bet so. With the war raging right in your backyard and everything else, it's got to be close to a bad situation. That and the fuel crisis over there too. I know it's in Austria. They got to be having it tough. I know Germany's having it tough, and they've relied on all the green energy stuff, and now it's biting them in the butt. So I think some of these countries are realizing now that they can't rely on some of this alternate energy and expect to maintain the status quo of their country. And now when you got a crisis too, the proportion that they've got from Russia, I mean, it's going to be tough on Austria and Germany and everybody else. Yeah. You went to an old timer's cars. Yeah. Yeah. I saw some of the cars you had on Facebook. Those aren't old timers. That's current cars to me. Yeah. Yeah. I've got the old timer car here in the shop. Let me pull the camera around here. There's the 55 up on the Stericone lifts back there. So you can see what I've got there. But that's our project. That's our project that we've been working on. Is that 55? We're doing pretty good with it. We got pretty good bit of progress with it. Oh, let me set this back down. Yeah, we've got pretty good progress with it. We've got most of the interior done. So I like my shop up here. It's a pretty good shop. It's a good handy shop. As I've shown most people, like well, right there's our plasma cutter when we cut out different metal parts for that. Then over here I've got let me walk over here. I got my metal shop sort of. You see my metal saws, and then I got my brake and my metal bin, and then just all kinds of different things. There's my drill press. Hope I'm not moving the camera too quick, making people dizzy. Let me set that back down. Oh man. Yeah, that 55's it's pretty nice one, Fleet Tech. It's the body on it's not perfect, of course. It's a 55, but we're having a pretty good time trying to straighten out. I got some body panels that we got to straighten out, and we've got of course, it's got a newer engine. It's got a 350 in it. It's got a 350 with a 350 automatic. Sort of a quick change. I don't know what Jim was telling me about the transmission, but it'll bark the tires when you change gears. So you have to kind of watch it. You can take off on it, and it'll when it changes into second, it'll squeal those wheels. I don't know what kind of transmission those guys had put in it, but it's got a little bit of bark to it. Whoops, let me reposition this camera here a little bit. But we're enjoying it up here. Wants a Cadillac ambulance. Well, you don't see many Cadillac ambulances down here. You can see a Cadillac hearse. Now you'll see a Cadillac hearse. What year model is he looking for, Joey? Is he looking for a real old one, or is he looking for a fairly current one? Of course, I have an old Cadillac. I got a 94, 95 Cadillac out front here. I was using it as a donor car to get some things off of, but I actually hadn't taken anything off of it yet. Well, we try to knock out some work too, Patrick. Just one in general. I don't know. I hadn't. If I see any, of course, they'd be in good shape down here in the South. I mean, they'd be rust free and everything. That'd be the good thing about it. I've got a friend that's got an old 59 or 60 model Cadillac ambulance, and they've made a Ghostbusters. They made a Ghostbusters ambulance out of it, I guess. He's got it all dressed up just like Ghostbusters, and it looks like that car on Ghostbusters. He has a great time with that at Halloween. So Tommy's got that out right now, playing around with it. Yeah. 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 We try to get a good bit of work out of here, Patrick. And, it's, we do good. And over here, I've got a welding. Of course, I got my welding things over here. I have my miller and my air compressor and a welding table. And then up here, there's my plasma and my air dryer for that. So we've got it pretty well equipped. And plus I have some other tools at the other shop too. If we need, I've got a crane over there, and we had it over here at one time, but we don't use it over here much because of the fact that it takes up so much space, but it's portable and we can bring that crane over when we need it. And, or you can call it a gantry. Some people call it a crane. Some people a gantry, whichever whatever your terminology is. But it works really good. Yeah. I've got several welders. I got a Miller and a Link. Well, there's a Lincoln on over there. I don't think I showed that. I got the old BuzzBox Lincoln that a lot of people have had over the years. It's been a good, reliable, AC/DC. Is it AC/DC? Or is it just AC? It may just be AC. But anyway, I've got that BuzzBox over there if you want to do stick welding. And which stick welding's, stick welding will really penetrate good and really weld good. A lot of people don't like to stick weld because they think they can do so much better with a wire welder, but stick welding will, if you want something to really hold and really penetrate, stick welding is usually the way to go. I know when you're going on heavy equipment, you'll see most of the people will do stick welding because it's so strong. Oh yeah. Well, I use the Bobcat all the time, moving things. Now with the crane though, the crane's so tall, we actually got it on wheels. We just roll it from one shop to the other. We got it on big wheels and we can roll it around. So it's not heavy. Two guys can manipulate that real easy. So we do that. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. Well, and that's like that one. That one over there, Walter, is about, I'm trying to think. My dad gave me that for Christmas. Gosh, 40 something years ago. Because Dad's been gone 33 years. It might have been, I've had that probably 45 years, but it's a great one. Hey, Aloysius. Yeah. Oh, I know it. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to worry about even buying gas too. That's the other good thing about it. That's sort of like the plasma. I love the plasma because you're not buying any gas at all. You're using oxygen off of you're using oxygen and that's it. You're not using any other kind of inert gas at all. So, it works really good with a plasma. And so I love plasma cutting as opposed to torch cutting. Now, torch cutting comes in handy sometimes. I mean, sometimes that's all you can do. But a man has to do what a man has to do. But right now it's working out really good. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, my skid steer, I use it for both my skid steers. I've got the Tool Cat and then I've got a T300 Bobcat, and both of them are as handy as everything. I mean, I mow with the Tool Cat. I use it to mow and get in places I can't with regular mowers and different things. I've got all kind of attachments, and I went down and picked up some nice attachments this week from my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law had a I guess sort of like a pile driver. It's a post driver. He had been putting up a lot of fence, and he sold his place in South Carolina and is moving to Alabama, and he's getting rid of it. He got rid of a lot of his equipment, and he gave me some equipment. Well, of course, gave me with the preface that if he needs it, I might loan him equipment back to use it up at his mountain place. And I said, that's fine. So your English isn't too good today. Well, that's fine. We catch. Hey, cactus flower, haven't seen you in here in a long time. Yeah. Oh, do you bought the trailer park, Joey? Wow. Okay. Well, that's great that you got you one. That's great. Wow, that's good. I didn't know you meant you bought it. I thought you were just managing it. That's great. Good investment. Yeah. Is it a year-round trailer park, camper park, or is it a trailer park, so to speak, with does it have mobile homes on it, or does it have travel trailers on it? Yeah. Well, that's all right. You get it close, Patrick. We'll understand what you're talking about. Of course, now English is spelled English. No C in there. But we understood what you meant. I guarantee you, if most of us tried to write in German right now, we couldn't do it, or Spanish or anything Slavic. I mean, it's tough to do, and we realize you have to think and write not in your native tongue and everything, and that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. I commend you for that, because I don't think I could do it as quickly as you do it. Oh, it's mobile homes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I understand. Yeah. Yeah. English and German and Spanish and all that, everything that's different like that, that's not your native tongue. And then you're trying to, you're conversing with us, you're listening to us, and then you're having to translate it in your mind and then project it back out. I mean, I think that's fantastic. I think that's fantastic if you can do that. So they sold you all the equipment, did they, Joey? Well, that's great. Well, being an entrepreneur is not bad at all. I mean, at your young age and everything, I mean, you're still what, in your 30s? I mean, I think that's great to, just watch your money and don't spend more than you have to. I mean, that's the main thing, is just watch your money and watch, pay your taxes, get everything squared up straight, and always stay straight on the business. Don't try to take money out of the business for personal use for a good year or so, I would say, because you're going to need every penny of it to maintain the business and pay the payments and everything else. So, yeah. Well, just watch your money. That's, I would imagine if you've got 150 units, you'll have some good revenue coming in eventually, and just maintain the status quo and see what you can come up with. That's the main thing. Don't get out there and, like I said, don't be thinking that all the company money is your money and you'll be just fine. And then reinvest into the company if you want to expand or whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do. I'll always pay the company first, and usually you'll end up paying yourself last on your own personal stuff. That's the way I always did. And then you'll come to a point once you get comfortable with it and you get money in the bank and you get some equity built up. I mean, that's the key to it, is keeping enough equity and keeping the revenue stream coming in that you feel comfortable with yourself, and then you'll be fine. But just don't. I see too many people out there that they'll go out and buy the Rolex watches and whatever. They get a little bit of money in the bank and they think, well, that's my money. Well, no, it's not. It's the company's money, and you need to let the company grow. And I don't care what business. If you got a trailer park, a dump trucks, big trucks, a grading business, whatever you got to do, reinvest into that business first and get that to a level that makes you good, comfortable money. And then things will work out a lot better for you. Don't overrun it too quickly. Well, yeah, well, you're doing the investment back into your thing too, Patrick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The American politician will they'll get your money. You got to watch it. That's for sure. That's the problem we have with so many things right now. I mean, it's the politicians get out there and they want your money, and it's pathetic. And they're getting their fair share for sure, Jamie. I mean, they spend our money like it's going out of style. And I don't know when we're going to ever get that changed. Don't know when they'll change that up. Hopefully, we'll change a lot of it dramatically come November. I mean, we have got, with this inflation that we've got right now, and the gas prices still up there pretty high. I mean, we can't sustain that forever. I mean, the interest rates are climbing. I mean, if you want to buy something now, you're going to have a hard time getting the money or paying it back because of how much you're going to have to pay back. I mean, they showed that like the average house is a house payment, a 30-year mortgage for an average type house has probably jumped $400 or $500 a month just because of the change in interest rates over the past few months. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jamie. I'm counting the day. I just hope and pray that people will be smart and people will think about how crazy this world has been. And I hope we can get our Senate and Congress back in order so we can get some of these crazy like Pelosi and Schumer and those out of control. I mean, right now they have too much control on our life, and I'm not happy with it one bit. So I hope we got a bunch of patriots out there that want to correct, right this ship a little bit, you might say. I hope we can get out there and change things. And I know I'm probably preaching to the choir for most of you guys that listen to me, but it's definitely we've got some vital races going on in Georgia with the Senate race in Georgia and the Arizona race and even in New York and everything. I don't know. New York's so blue up there with New York City being the bluest city. It and Los Angeles are the bluest cities in the United States. It's hard to combat that. And New York itself as a whole is not as blue as it is down at New York City. It's just the fact that the setup they've got in New York City is just terrible. I mean, they haven't had the Republicans in there in years. I mean, I guess Giuliani was the last one. Was he the last one that was a Republican as a governor? Not a governor, mayor. But governor, I don't know when the last time they've had a Republican governor at all in New York State. It's been a while. Of course, we're almost that way as far as governors down here in North Carolina. We've had a few Republican governors, but as far as the governors go, we end up usually getting Democrats. But this next time, we may have a Republican wave on that. I don't know. Our House and Senate are primarily Republican down here, and we're almost getting ready to get a super PAC or a super majority as far as Republicans this time. So maybe North Carolina can get some things straightened out. Yeah, that's the thing about it. New York City makes a decision for the rest of y'all's state, and it's not fair. You almost would like to break it away and put New York City by itself, and then let the rest of the state vote how it wants to, because I mean, it's so dominant. So many million, I don't know how many million people are in New York City, but I mean, it dominates the politics. And when you got everything so lopsided toward the Democrats, it's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Last time they made a serious effort. Yeah. That's probably so, because I don't remember it. I mean, they've been run with the same political heads. I mean, the Cuomos have dominated the governor's mansion for too many years up there. I mean, junior, senior, whatever, and they probably would have had a third if or Cuomo would have gone in again had he not had his love life disrupted there. But that's crazy. That's crazy. But I hopefully things are straightened up. All I can do is hope and pray they will. And I sit down here in my little shop and keep working on my projects. One of the projects I got outside now, we're baling hay. I don't know if I can see. I don't know if I can still show y'all outside. We've baled the hay right across from my shop. I'll have to show that on another video, but we've been doing that. Our hay's coming in good, and we baled it this past week, and I got to get another field prepared that I let kind of go to seed over across the way on the other side of my shop, about another 8 or 10 acres that I need to get back into pasture and have it prepared for hay too. Yeah, that's what's going on with that. But everything, like I said, like Jamie was saying, 44 days. Hopefully I don't watch as much TV as probably the average person. I watch a little bit on Fox News and a little bit on local news, and other than that, the TV shows really suck to me. So I don't watch. I watch more TV. Like yesterday. Oops. Here's one of my car buddies here. Hey, Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm online right now.
Oh, well, I'll just tell you right quick. They're going to be at Muncie's today.
They're going to be at Muncie's today.
Yeah, and you ought to go early because they had about 70-some cars come through there last time they had it.
Yeah, I know. I was one of them.
Yeah, well, anyway, I didn't know. Well, listen, I'll let you get on.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll see if I can't fire up the 31 or the Mustang, one or the other, and drive over to Muncie's, and we'll go to car show. What happened to you and Betsy at the reunion last week?
I got sick with COVID.
Did you really?
I caught it again.
You caught COVID again? Wow.
I was ready to go. So.
Well, yeah, don't come up there and spread it. That's for sure. Well,
I'll better let you get on so you can get the stuff done.
all right. Will do, Jack. See you around.
All right, bye.
Well, that's a friend of mine. He said he was supposed to have been at a class reunion. Said he caught COVID. That's the second time he's had it too. He had it back about a year ago, and he said he caught COVID again. That's bad. It's a lot of people are catching it. Knock on wood. I don't think I've ever caught it. I've had a couple of colds and everything, but nothing major. And he wanted me to he wanted to remind me of our car show. We got a car show this afternoon, and he wanted me to make sure I made it over there. But that's the way it goes. Okay, I haven't seen that proposition. Oh yeah, no ID. No, you want to. That's the crazy thing. They make us ID for everything that we do in this nation, except when they want to do voting, and then they want to say, well, it's illegal to do it. Well, why in the heck is it not illegal to do everything else? Why is it not racist to do everything? I mean, are you going to say that it's racist to get an airline ticket that you got to show your ID and everything? Is it racist if you go to a bank and they want to see your ID? I mean, how in the world is it racist? It is bizarre that we don't have to make everybody show that they're a citizen, that they've got a legitimate ID. I mean, what's the big deal? Yeah, I mean that's what they're going to try to do, is tie in everything that you don't want to do with things like that, Walter. Well, I know it. Yeah, everybody is wanting. I mean, they want to mandate everything that they want on their agenda, but something as simple as voter ID, they don't want you to do that because they know that it's going to knock out a ton of illegals. But they want illegal people that shouldn't be voting to begin with. They want them to vote by not having IDs. Oh, I know it. Aloysius. I mean, that's it's crazy. I mean, it is so bizarre how all these politicians. Oh, that's racist if you ask for an ID. How in the world is that racist? I mean, if you're gonna let somebody get on an airplane, you ask for an ID. If you go cash a check, you have to have an ID. If you do 99% of anything that's got any kind of legitimate stuff, you have to have an ID. So why in the world is that not okay? I do not understand that. That's I mean, I do. They're using it as a prop. They're using it as a way to get more illegitimate votes in. And I don't want it to happen. I mean, we got enough illegitimate votes in. Yeah, it's getting way out of hand. It's getting way out of hand. I'm thirsty this morning. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get my old coupe and everything ready to go, or my convertible. I don't know which one I'm gonna drive over there. I actually drove my coupe over there a month or so ago, and I blew out a tire on the way back. Hey, Aaron, haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you too. Hope everything's going fine your way. Yeah, I'm just up here in my shop and enjoying the shop. I was noticing as most of y'all can see, you can probably see that dark mark on the door. And I can tell you what that's from. Most of the exhaust pipes, or a couple of the exhaust pipes, were on the left side. So when the door was up and the guys were working on a truck, that's stains from an exhaust pipe that were getting on my door. Yeah, I guess I need to one day get the pressure washer or degreaser or something and to get that off of there. I don't think it's on the other door. Nope, it's not on the other door. It's just on that one. It's just on that one in particular. I believe I got a little bit of sunshine out there. I was out mowing and everything. I got a little bit of sunshine on my face. Probably have my farmer's tan, I know. There's my farmer's tan. That's about the way I am. My face will get tan and my arms will get tan. I've been doing two things. I've been watching my grandson play soccer a good bit, and then I've been watching. I've been mowing, and it's sort of harvest season, you might say, up here. So we've been harvesting the hay and getting that ready. And I've just been generally mowing a lot of fields and everything around here. And I've been on some of the open cab mowers or just the regular zero turn mowers, that kind of stuff. So I get a little bit of sunshine on me, but that's good for me. Vitamin D, I can't knock it. I need a little bit of vitamin D here and there and try to keep this old body healthy as I can. It's hard. I'm still having breathing issues. With this blockage and everything I've got, it's still tough. Yeah, I'm still busy, Aaron. I'm just I need to stay busy. I mean, I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago, and that's what he said. You got to get up and stay busy. So I try to do that as best I can. I mean, some days I don't feel like it because of being short of breath. But the more I stay sitting in a chair, the more I'm putting my foot closer to a grave, you might say, as the doctor say. I got to get up and do some. I got to get up and do some things, and I try to do that. At my age, it gets tougher. It gets tougher to do it as it goes along, but you still got to make yourself do it. And I try. It's just like I say, sometimes it can be tough. You don't want to do things sometimes, but you have to just say, I better get out there and do it. I better enjoy it. And I try to have projects. I try to keep myself mentally sharp. I try to do things. And when I do things in my shop and around my shop or, working on my cars, like this car show I'm going to go to this afternoon, you just do things to get out in the public, do other things and try to enjoy yourself. So that's what I try to do. It just stay involved. If you don't stay involved, you kind of go downhill. I see my oldest brother. He's that way. He has Parkinson's really bad, and he can't get out. He'd like to, but he can't get out and do the things he used to do, and it's just going downhill every day for him. So it's tough. Yeah. Get some good old lemon juice. Well, this my lemon juice here. This Sprite. That Sprite's it's made from lemon juice. Well, lemon taste anyway. Lemon lime taste. So I like that taste. But yeah, I like a real lemon too. Put that. I usually put that in my tea when I drink my tea. Of course, I have to drink the decaf, unsweetened decaf tea. Yeah. But it's good. It's good to have your little remedy and your little things to get you perked up in the morning. I still get up early every day. I don't lay in bed past 6:30 to 7:00. My wife and I are generally up by 7:00. She's up. She's got to do all my medicines and everything. So I've got to have my medications and my eye drops and stuff like that. And she's good about, collecting all that and making sure that I'm getting things done right. So that's where I'm at on that. So I'm up, like I said, I'm up every morning. I mean, I really can't sleep past about 6:30. I mean, I'm automatically waking up. I guess you just get into a habit. Uh, it'd be nice to be able to sleep late, I guess. Well, I don't know if it would or not. Uh, well, price of land in this area is just like everywhere else. It's inflated. It's going up. I've actually got some people interested and trying. They're wanting to talk to me about some of my land, but I'm not giving up my land cheap. If they want it, they're going to have to pay me a pretty price. So I'm just not. I'm not interested in getting rid of land at this point in my life. I mean, I could get rid of some and make a profit, but I don't. I would rather purchase land than get rid of land. I think land's a good investment, and I have bought more this past the past 10 years. I've bought a good bit of land. I've got probably, well, I got 8 acres on the other side of town, and then I've got about 75 on this side. So I've got about close to 90 acres of land, and I'd love to have another 100 acres of land. And of course, I have control of another 5 acres down at my mother's too. I don't really count that. We gave that to our daughter years ago. So I don't count. I kind of look after it, but I don't really control that. But you know, land's a commodity that, I mean, they don't make any more of it. So I've been told that all my life. So, you know, they don't make any more of it. So get as much as you can afford to get. And it's always going to go up. I've never seen the land go down in price. So I think it's a good investment. Get it as cheap as you can when you can, and then, you know, then sell it for a profit when you want to, if you want to get out of it. But right now, I just like the investment. I mean, as far as the inflation, it's sort of, it's not going to lose money like a lot of other things are inflation wise. So that's what, like I was talking to Joey earlier. I mean, I don't know how much land he got with his trailer park, but if he's got 150 spots on it, he's got a pretty good size acreage up there. So that's a good investment for him. Catch up on my reading here. Well, how much is the land where you live, Cactus Flower? I mean, it's now where are you located at now too? I know it's Arizona Cactus Flower is your name on there, but are you in Arizona? I guess that's Arizona. And Cactus Flower, that you would it makes me think that you are. I can't remember exactly, but I guess, but I was thinking were you in Arizona or were you in a different location? Okay. Oh, you're outside of Phoenix. Okay. I was right. I'm not as dumb as I look, am I? Well, and that's true too, Walter. I mean, you've got to balance that. I mean, luckily I've got farmland. So farmland, our taxes are not extremely high on farmland. If it was developed land, you know, for housing and things like that, it would be higher. Now I do have commercial property on the other side of town, and that 8 acres of land, tax wise, I pay as much, if not more, than I do for 75 acres across town. And that's because it's commercial property. So yeah, taxes, it depends on the type land you have and the type, you know, zoning you have and things like that. Yeah. 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 Well, I don't know about that, Cactus Flower. Just not completely dumb. Maybe not, I don't know about handsome and smart. I do the best I can with what I've got. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I mean, for a man of my age, I guess I'm okay. I always preface preface things like that, because I mean, at my age and, you know, for what I got, I'm thankful. I will say that. Now, when I look at my 17-year-old grandson, now to me, now he's a handsome young man, and of course, I used to look a lot like that when I was young, but the old age thing gets a hold of every one of us. I mean, we're not going to look 17 forever, that's for sure. And my son is he'll be 50 this year, and he's a nice looking young man, I think. So it is what it is. I mean, you do the best with what you got, and with your age and your mental capacity, and you know, and you can't do a lot with your looks other than keep yourself as healthy as you can. And that's what I try to do. And you know, as far as intelligence, you just want to keep yourself sharp. I want to stay involved. I always try to read a good bit, and you know, stay up with current events, and stay up with you know, everything business wise and government. I mean, you get aggravated. Most of us get aggravated with government. I mean, I don't really care who's in charge. You still get aggravated with it because government is never going to suit everybody. And that's the thing about it. I just want to, I like less government's what I like. And I guess that's why, being a conservative, that's the way I think, is to have less government. I don't want too much government telling me what to do. And I don't think most people do. I don't want to be guided by government. I want to do what I want to do and have a free soul. And then if I need guidance from the government, I'll take what I have to have. I mean, regulation is good in some ways to prevent things from going crazy, but over-regulation, it can be just as bad. And that's the balance point we got to have, is not to be over-regulated. And in some cases at this point, we're over-regulated. I mean, look what's happening with Biden putting in 87,000 new IRS agents. 87,000. I mean, to me, that is so bizarre. I mean, that's 1,700 per state. And then in my state, we have 100 counties. So that means 17 new agents per county. Well, we don't need 17 IRS agents to come knocking on everybody's door to say they're going to audit us. And they're going to audit. I mean, you think about it, 17 new agents. I mean, who the heck are they going to go after? They're going to go after me and you. They're going to go after every small mom and pop's place, because that's the ones they feel like are cheating them in some ways. And that to me is so bizarre, but we have to put up with it. But that's why I'm saying that's an overreach of government. That's too much government at that point. I mean, we all are subjected to doing our taxes right, but to have somebody looking over your shoulder and saying, "Oh, no, I don't like that. Let's disallow this." Or, "I think we need to do this or do that." And reading the rules to be in favor of them, because they're never going to look at it in favor of you. I saw my father-in-law, he was audited probably 40 something years ago, 40, 50 years ago. And he had a store right up above me up here. And his wife, my mother-in-law, and him, they ran a cloth store. And he had the farm that I own now. And he had cows and, you know, just normal things with the farm. And I saw him pace back and forth as that IRS agent stayed up there on top of them and worked checking all the books. And he must have stayed up there 2 weeks and just asking everything you can think about, just trying to trip them up and catch them on something they shouldn't have been doing. And I mean, he even got to questioning his cows and everything. And I remember, and this is sort of the end of the show. He was questioning my father-in-law's cows and all kind of stuff like that here on the farm. And my father-in-law ripped open the back door, and he told him, he said, "There's my damn cows out there. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you go out there and count them." And he said, "There they are, right there behind you." So, and he said that afternoon, the IRS agent, he closed up his books, left, went home, and they didn't see any more from him. I don't know how they came out. They evidently came out pretty good, or came out good enough. They probably had to pay some, but I mean, it was just a very stressful time to see a small business like that go through that. And I hated to see them go through that. I mean, like I said, everything came out fine because, I mean, I don't know what he may or may not have had to pay some, but just the aggravation of it was terrible. Yep, that's it. November 8th. That's what we got to look forward to, Jamie. Well, God, yeah, Al Sharpton hadn't. When's the last time he's even paid taxes? He's millions of dollars in debt to the government now, walks around like nothing's wrong, and then he gets a free pass on way too much stuff, that's for sure. Way too much, way too much. Well, guys, I'm about to lose my voice when I've been on here almost an hour, even though I started late. I'm gonna call it quits for today. I've enjoyed talking to everybody, and y'all get out here and chat with me again next Sunday. And I'm gonna try to. I always say this, but I guess I'm getting lazy on my videos. I got to put a few more videos. I've got some stuff in the works, and just getting the final edit and a few things like that. I'm gonna put some more out there. So y'all take care. Appreciate you checking in with me this morning. And before I lose my voice completely, I'm gonna end it all right now here. End this well, don't say end it all. I'm gonna end this broadcast. Got to get you some pancakes. Well, I had some waffles myself this morning. Well, you take care, Cactus Flower. Take care, guys. Jamie, Walter, Aaron, Patrick, if Patrick's still in here. Y'all take care, and I'll catch you later.